Welcome back. The Masters tournament starts tomorrow in Augusta, Georgia. And recently I had a conversation with professional golf swing coach Chris Como all about the Masters tournament, also about why and how golf has very much increased during the pandemic and more people than ever are participating in this fun game. That and much, much more. Let's take a look.
After a booming year of golf participation with 60 million more rounds played in 2020 than in 2019, and with warmer weather on the horizon, golfers of all levels are looking to retake the course and improve their game. That's something our guest knows all about. Chris Como is a professional swing coach who has helped U.S. Open champion and top 10 player in the world, Bryson DeChambeau, prepare for the Masters next week. Chris is joining us from a newly redesigned Golf Galaxy in Arlington, Texas. Chris, thanks for joining us today on Park City Television.
Thanks for having me, Christine.
So, Chris, why do you think golf has seen such an increase in popularity over the past year?
I don't know. I think it's probably a couple reasons. One of them, obviously, being in lockdown. It's one of the few things that people could do outside that was recreational, that could be social, but still, maintain the appropriate distance from each other that we needed to get through all this. So I think there's that. I also think that there's so many different ways that you can enjoy the game now. It gives people a lot of options. We have things like Drive Shack, Top Golf. Here at the Golf Galaxy, they have this whole indoor teaching area where you can get away and practice for an hour, work on your game, and then get back to work or get back to your family. So, traditionally golf was this play 18 holes that would take up the whole day. And now we have a bunch of different options that can appeal to how people want to play the game, but also the personal time constraints they may have and just sort of what fits them best. So I think it's a lot of different things happening at the same time. And because of all that, we've seen this crazy sort of influx of golfers, and hopefully we can keep them in the game. And a big part of that is getting them to enjoy the game.
You are the pro when it comes to perfecting a winning swing. What are your top tips?
So I'm not really a big tip person, because I think tips in general, it's sort of a crapshoot of whether it works or not. And then if it does work, it's usually for a pretty short duration. So what I am an advocate of is really developing a plan to just get better at the game. And I think that's a big part is finding a coach, sort of having the right team around you to help you design that plan, and getting lessons, every now and then, looking at instructional stuff to really help you kind of build your swing. Again, here at Golf Galaxy, they've done an awesome job of putting that all together under one roof. They have a club fitting team, help you pick out a club, get fit properly, help you find, they have LPGA and PGA instructors, help you find the right coach for yourself, and just really put together that team so you can have that plan to get better at the game. And that to me is it's a much better way to enjoy the game than just try to go from tip to tip.
Any advice for someone who's new to the game and may need a little help getting started or some encouragement?
I think just kind of what I spoke to, finding the right people to partner with to help you really have your own plan to get better at it. I also think putting yourself in good environments, kind of what we were talking about before, going straight to a golf course and trying to play 18 holes when you're having a hard time just advancing the ball forward, that can be more of a stressful situation than an enjoyable one. So maybe go to a Drive Shack or a Top Golf, where you're just kind of playing games, and if you hit a bad shot, it just doesn't really matter. If you want to take a break, you can sit back and have a beer or pizza or whatever it is, or come to a Golf Galaxy and just practice for an hour into a hitting net and kind of work on your swing. So I think it's one, having that plan to keep getting better at the game, but then also putting yourself in an environment where you just get to enjoy it and you don't feel like you have this anxiety to perform at a certain level.
And you've coached some of the game's most talented players, and there's a lot of attention on Bryson DeChambeau right now. What's it like for you to see these players excel?
It's super rewarding. I mean, these guys are and girls, they're living their dream, these dreams that they've had since they were little kids oftentimes. And to be a part of these dreams come to fruition, whether it be winning a PGA event or winning a major, it's just incredibly rewarding and a lot of fun to be out there with them.
And we're coming up on the Masters. What are you expecting to see?
It's so hard to know exactly how they're going to set it up. I've heard that's very firm and fast out there. I fly out on Saturday, so I'll be out there this weekend, check out kind of the conditions over the weekend, and it could change a little bit during the week. But I think it's going to play very firm, pretty different than how it played last fall. It was a little bit softer And it's going to be really interesting to see how this course, obviously one of the most special places on the planet for golf, can look so different from the fall to this time of year and play very differently, but exceptional in either way. I think it's going to be pretty conducive to high ball hitters, just because I anticipate the greens being very firm and difficult to hold unless you come in with a pretty high trajectory. So, you know, you're going to have to do all the traditional stuff, putt well, missing the right places, but I think some of these higher ball hitters will have a bit of an advantage as well.
Where can we find out more about our discussion?
Well, I think, you know, for my stuff, you can go to Chris Como Golf on Instagram. I'm trying to post some more stuff on there, whether it be some instruction stuff or just helping people understand the game a little bit better, and ways to get better at it. And then, you know, for finding a coach, you know, again, we're talking about, I'm at Golf Galaxy right now. They've really pleasantly surprised with what they've done here with renovating the place and developing this whole kind of instructional sort of program to help people get better at it, from club fitting to actual lessons. So I would check that out at golfgalaxy.com.
Thank you so much, Chris Como, for joining us today here on Park City Television. Can't wait to get out and start golfing. You've encouraged me, and I'm really excited for everything coming up. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.